when the good old days are past and gone.
Go for a ride?
Yep. The Holy Well is a place of generation and regeneration. Traditional peoples knew and know how to consecrate and honor a spring site. In the modern industrialized world, where water flows from taps, we have forgotten that fresh water is one of the earth's greatest gifts. And so consecrating a spring site as a holy well becomes an act of reclamation and defiance of our collective amnesia. We named this record Holy Well because it was, in a very tangible way, gifted to us by a spring that we consecrated as a holy well while we recorded the album.
Maybe I should wait, but I was so faded.
In May 2023, I graduated from a rigorous academic program. A week after I walked across the commencement stage, I got in my car and headed west for Indiana. I told almost nobody that I was coming, just my bandmates really. So I arrived in Indiana, set up a campsite in Andes Woods, and for the next 2 weeks, I was to be found in two places, the woods and the studio. It was a magical time. It was a restorative time. Hanging out on Andy's farm, spending time with his goats and the chickens, relaxing in the woods, hanging out with Glenn and Andy's daughters, and throughout, enjoying our musical life together. Now the spring that I'm talking about is located in Andes Woods. We had discovered it the previous year, and it was in a sorry state. So we made it our mission to restore it. We first uncovered the spring itself. Then we dug a hole for the water to cool and built a retaining wall to hold the cool water. The process was equal parts earth art, spiritual practice, and ecosystem restoration. The experience at the well was so natural, so earthy. We sweated like crazy. We got sunburned, dirty, scratched up. We washed our faces over and over in the spring water. We did this every day, and then at night, we would go to the studio and play. We quickly found a beautiful symmetry between our work at the well and our work in the studio.
Yeah, I kind of like it without it, maybe, or like at least tone it back.
We were very conscious of the fact that the well was mysteriously choreographing our musical process. Now, our work at the well put us in such an open, receptive, intuitive headspace. This allowed us to enter the studio without a rigid agenda. It wasn't about recording a record or trying to do something new or great. It was just about being present to one another in that shared musical space and allowing whatever wanted to emerge to go up by itself. We didn't have any songs prepared. We just played whatever we felt like playing in the moment, and we hit record. And throughout this process of cycling between our time in nature and our time in the studio, something really magical, natural, and spontaneous began to emerge. And this is why we called the record Holy Well. The well decided for us what the record was going to be about. The band simply became the amanuensis. Our only job was to remain open to the process opening up before us. This is how we created